Good morning, everybody. It's PR. Today, we're in the bedroom. I got it. Changed linen. So I figure, since I hate housework, I might as well talk to you. Tell you how things been going. Uh, let's see. Monday, I went to Vegas to visit my girlfriend, one of my BFFs. Her and her husband had graduation ceremonies to attend. And so she called me up and asked if I could come out and visit. I'm like, yeah, we'll be out. So I ended up going by myself because my husband, he just wasn't up to it. So went out there, stayed for a hot second, got my hugs in, conversation, and then I left and I went to get something to eat. I went to where I go? Oh, Cheesecake Factory. That was good. I'm gonna insert some pictures of what I had to eat. It was so good. And I brought home a Oreo cheesecake for my husband. And he seemed excited or whatever. But his appetite hadn't been really good lately, And so that cheesecake sat in the refrigerator since Monday, all day Tuesday. And then after that, I started eating on it on Tuesday, ate half of it. And I let him know. He's like, oh, okay, you can have it, And then by Wednesday, that sucker was gone. And after I ate, I was feeling guilty. You know how you eat something really large and something so good, and then all of a sudden you feel guilty? I felt guilty afterwards. But it was so good, So good. And so then I wanted to take some pictures, but it was really bright outside and everything. And so I said, well, I'm just going to go home. So I went home to my dear husband and our little dog, Grenlina. And got home and sat in my recliner and just fell out. And I was wondering why I was so tired. It wasn't just the driving. I had a alcoholic beverage. It was delicious. Something tropical, I mean, that sucker knocked me out. I mean, it wasn't enough that I couldn't drive, because I'm an OG, I can handle my shit. So, but when I got home in that recliner, TV on, girl, I fell out. I had, like little chores I do, at night. I said, the heck with them chores. I just went to sleep, and I hope my husband took care of them, And so, and here it is. What's the day? Today is Thursday. And I got, the way I clean my house is I do a little bit at a time. And so today I have to wash clothes, and I do that, a little bit at a time, and straighten up the bed, because do that a little bit at a time, because this is a big old bed. Well, it's a queen, but it's still big. And then I have a schedule for when I have to mop the floors, and then when I do the bathrooms. But by the end of the month, I get it done, and then all of a sudden, it's repeat. It's a new month, and you start all over again. You know how that is, y'all. As far as my husband's health, yesterday was a pretty scary day. It really was. I didn't realize. I mean, I see that he is declining in his face, his weight, and everything. And yeah, I see it. But for him to tell me, like he said, yesterday he seemed like he was starved for air. And I asked him, I said, would you like me to turn up the volume on your concentrator? He says, yes, turn it up to 3. So when I got there, it was 3/4 of the way on 3, so I just had to turn it up a quarter more. And he felt comfortable after that. Plus he has we call it a water bottle, where you put distilled water in it. And that broke. I don't know how you break it, but I can understand how you break it. If you shove the tubing in too hard, you can break it. So I've got to call the company today to tell them that we need a new water bottle so that he can get so his nostrils can get wet and everything, and so his mucosa doesn't dry out. That's why you use the water. You don't just use regular water. You use distilled water. So I got to do that after I make up the bed. Um, oh, and I want to tell you about, I checked the mail yesterday, and do you all check the mail and then all of a sudden you see a brightly colored envelope in there? Doesn't it make you smile? Well, I was expecting something from my daughter who had traveled to Spain, and she said she sent me something in the mail. I said, oh, that thing gonna take about a month to get here. Well, it took about 3 weeks. That was long enough, And I opened up that mail and I pulled out all that love, and it just put a smile on my face just for that brief moment. And I took my little pile, of mail, and I went on the back porch and I opened it up. And just the anticipation of opening it up, and reading what's inside. Excuse me.